Hey everyone, you're welcome to my channel. It's Lisbon here again. If you're a returning subscriber, you're welcome. I'm happy to see you join us here again. And if this is your first time on this channel, if this is your first time seeing any one of my videos, if you like this video, if you like any one of my videos, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you send a comment, let me know what you think about the video, and share with your friends, share with your family. Today's video, we have a sit down video, we have a story time. I really missed being in front of the camera and just sharing some knowledge, sharing some of my experience. Thank you again for the love on how to apply for the Schengen visa video. It's been so much. I appreciate every one of you. Thank you for the questions, for the share, for the likes. I really appreciate it. And in the spirit of sit down videos, I thought, let me do a story time. Let me share some of the experiences I've had. It could be beneficial to someone. You might learn a thing or two, and if not, you could just grab some popcorn, get a drink, a glass of water, coffee or chocolate, anything that you want, and just enjoy this gist, because I'll practically be gisting you about what happened to me about my trip to Spain. So for the gist, I was in Spain and I saw that the validity of my visa had some extra time to it. So I thought, why not just make use of this and go explore somewhere else? Mind you, I didn't plan this beforehand. That's why it's important to plan properly. I didn't plan this beforehand. So when I checked the price of flights and all of that, I wanted to go visit Lisbon because it's close to Madrid. Lisbon is in Portugal, and I wanted to use the opportunity to explore another country. I made a decision like a day before or 2 days before the trip. So I checked for flight ticket prices and it was a bit above my budget. And I thought, okay, let me try other alternatives. I checked for bus prices and it was really affordable. So I decided to, take that bus trip, take that bus ride. I booked my ticket and, I got ready and excited for my trip to Lisbon to go see a bit of Portugal. The fateful day came. I woke up quite early, got my bags, was excited for the adventure of today because the ride to Lisbon is quite a long one. It's about 7-8 hours. So I got to the bus station. I got some snacks. Like I mentioned, it's quite a long ride, and I'd already saved up some nice movies on Netflix that I was just gonna chill and cruise the bus with. So while waiting in line for the bus, I noticed that our bus hadn't arrived. So I wanted a cup of coffee. It was quite cold that day. Because I was in Spain, yeah, the machine was in Spanish. And mind you, I don't speak Spanish. I only speak English. I don't even understand Spanish at all. I wanted coffee and I saw this nice looking friendly lady. She looks friendly anyway. I asked her in English and she just helped me with the coffee machines. She asked for my money. She helped me get the coffee and I was just happy. I was like, oh, good. Make sure that if you're traveling solo, you don't close your mouth. Every single thing that you want, be as polite as you can be and ask people. People are generally, helpful. People are generally nice. So she helped me with my coffee and I thanked her. And I thought, okay, that was the end of it. Let me just enjoy my solo bus ride. I didn't know I was up for something more. Stay tuned as I share more part of the gist. If you're enjoying it so far, let me know. So it was time for my bus ride. The bus had already gotten here. I put my bags in the bag compartment and I got into the bus to, sit down. After a while, all of the seats were like people that were supposed to be in that bus, they had already seated, but there were some empty spaces. And I had one of those empty spaces beside me. So the lady that helped me previously to get my coffee, she asked if she could could come sit with me. And she had helped me previously. If you don't know me, I'm a very friendly person. So I didn't think it was anything. I always love company most of the times actually. And I told her to come over, and bear in mind that she doesn't also speak perfect English. She understands Spanish and all of that. While English is like broken English. She can make out what I'm saying most of the times, but but I didn't mind the extra, companion. Uh, I was up for, enjoying the bus ride, maybe a little chit chat here and there. And we started the bus trip to Lisbon. I was, munching on my snacks. I'd already gotten snacks previously. Watching the movie I downloaded on Netflix. I was having the time of my life. The view, the scenery in Europe, it's so beautiful. It makes all of this bus trips so worth it. So I didn't mind at all. And we were also talking in between. She'd just probably ask me a question, and I would ask her a question. We're just having a girls bonding moment over there. And apparently, I saw like the I don't know if I think it's a driver would make like an announcement and would make a stop, and some people would highlight from the they would highlight from the bus, and after a while everybody would come back in and we'll start a journey again, because like I said, the journey is quite long, so I guess we're giving people time to take some fresh air, smoke, use the bathroom, take a short walk, anything. So that was how it was for the first time I saw that happen, but I didn't get down or anything. I was just watching my movie. For the second time, my new friend, said she would like to go take a smoke, and if I would come along with her. I don't smoke. I don't smoke, but I thought it was a good opportunity for me to, take some pictures, take in fresh air and all of that. So I followed her. I went down from the bus. She was smoking. I was taking my pictures. We were having a good time. And at some point, she thought, oh, let's use the restroom. And I also thought about that there's no harm in it. We saw like quite a number of people that came down as well. And everybody was just around the area that the bus was parked at. It was parked at the motel, I think. So people were going inside to use the motel's restroom. Some people were going for coffee. Some people were going to get a drink. So everybody was just around. So we went into the restroom together, and we came out of the restroom. Guess what? The bus had disappeared. Every single person that we had seen on the bus that we thought was around the motel area with us, we couldn't find anybody. I was panicking at this moment. I was panicking so much. I was practically losing it. And she was as well, because she could speak Spanish. She just got into the motel, asked some few people like, have you seen our boss? Have you seen our driver? Have you seen anyone that, just questions like that. And she came back to me and told me that she didn't see anyone, no. And because we only came down for to use the restroom, I only came down to take pictures. I only had my phone on me. She didn't even have her phone on her. She didn't have anything on her. So hers was even more. So, or did she? I think she had her phone. She just didn't have her bag. We didn't have our wallet or anything. We just had our phones on us. So, we went into the motel area. We spoke to a few people. We got a good Samaritan that volunteered to, drive us down to see if we could still catch up with the bus. While we were driving down to see if we could catch up with the bus, I was also making some calls to the bus company to speak with them and find out whether if they tracked the bus, where the bus was at, our situation, explain our situation to them, and how we could get back on the bus. While I was calling them, they kept, telling me to hold on. They would call me back. They needed to reach out to the driver. They needed to track the bus, find out where they were. All of this back and forth. By the time they go back to me, it was such a long ride. We were driving. We were already like 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. We didn't see the bus. We didn't see the bus. We didn't see anyone. And these people on the phone were just, oh my gosh. At the end, they go back to me and told me that the bus was far ahead than where we said we were at. And while I was even trying to explain our situation, that why would the driver just leave like that? So they explained that before every stop, the driver would make an address, which I heard, but I didn't understand because I don't understand Spanish. The driver will make an address and explain, okay, we are having this stop for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, make sure you are back on the bus before then. But because I didn't understand that, I did not know the time constraint. I did not, I wasn't intentional about trying to get back to the bus before that time. I was just, vibing along with my friend. And because of that, they said the driver wasn't in the wrong. Practically, they had all of the information about when the driver made the address, when the driver stopped, when they also left. And according to them, they were in the right and we were in the wrong. So at this point, there was nothing we could do. And they even said that if we, by chance or by luck, got across to the driver, got across to the bus, we would not be allowed on the bus. I don't understand why. So now we're asking about our bags because that was the most important thing to us at that point, rather. I had my laptop, I had my clothing, my toiletry, I had everything that I intended for my trip to Lisbon on that bus. And my friend, God bless her, she had everything she had to on the bus. She even had like a designer bag. So she was really worried about her designer bag, which I understand. So we were both very worried at how do we get our bags. So they gave us two options then. They said the first option is for us to have someone waiting at the bus station. Immediately the bus arrives at the Lisbon station and drops off like the people on the bus. It's going elsewhere. So if we don't have someone waiting at that point, the bus would leave with our bags. And the second option was they would process our bags as lost and found. And I can't even remember what they were saying. Like they were going to send it to the address we had on our information when we booked the bus ticket or something. And the address I had was basically Nigeria. So how do I get my bags to Nigeria when I'm in Lisbon? So I was already losing, like, I don't know, how will I get my bags if you process it as lost and found? But luckily at that time, I knew some people that were in Lisbon. So I was just, hoping to God I could find someone available to go pick our bags. And thankfully we did. So we had somebody go pick our bags. And we just went back to the motel after driving around for almost 45 minutes. Thinking about it, the Good Samaritan driving us didn't know us from anywhere. And we just got into his car and he was driving us around. Oh my gosh, people are generally nice. If you're going solo traveling, just be able to open your mouth, communicate what you want. Someone will be able to help you. After we took the ride and we found out there was no way we could catch up with the bus, we decided to go back to the motel. But now the thing is, we didn't have any money on us. Like I mentioned, we didn't have our wallets, we didn't have our bags. Because we had already explained our situation before leaving the motel. And when we got back into the motel's manager saw my friend. She spoke Spanish, so she was the one conversing with them mostly because they didn't speak English. So we explained our situation and they allowed us to stay in the motel for free. Like we didn't pay anything. They even gave us food. But because I was so anxious, I was so worried, I was in a place that no one understood me except the person I was with, and she didn't even understand fluent English. Between the bus ride and when everything was happening, we started conversing with Google Translate. Sometimes I would say something in English and she wouldn't fully understand it, so I have to go to Google translate it, and show her what Google Translate is saying, and she would do the same for me. So that's how we were communicating at some times. So imagine being in this situation. And you know how we watch Hollywood movies when people take road trips and they park at motels in the middle of nowhere and just sleep for the night and wake up the next morning to continue their ride. That's how this motel was. It was practically in the middle of nowhere. Ubers weren't working. Hailing apps that I had on my phone weren't working. So we were practically stranded. So even though they gave us a room to stay, they gave us food. They gave us food as well. We didn't pay anything for it. I was so anxious and worried. I couldn't eat. I was scared. Do I know what's going to happen? I'm in the middle of nowhere. And maybe it's just the Nigerian in me. Even though I say people are always nice, but you also have to be very careful. Anything that can actually happen, just be careful. So the thoughts I had at that time was, Okay, I've watched movies where people are, kidnapped, people are sold, their organs are being harvested and all of that. So I was like, is this the plot to get my organs? Is this the plot to sell me? Now thinking about it, I'm laughing, but at that point, I was a mess. I literally cried. I cried and cried. I cried so bad that even though they had offered us food, drinks on the house, and that we could just stay down at the motel area and maybe go rest in our room when we were done, I did not stay down at all. The food, I barely touched it, just in case they were trying to poison me. Oh my gosh, I barely touched the food. I just went up to the room. I gave them a very silly excuse, like I wasn't well or something, or it was that time of the month. I just gave them this excuse so I could go upstairs into the room because I wasn't comfortable at all. Even when I got into the room, I wouldn't go into shower. I should shower, but I was so worried. I was just holed up in the bed, covered myself with the duvet. I was just trying to reach out to my family. Where this is where I am. I shared my location just in case anything happens. Oh my gosh. I had already explained that I wasn't so well, so I slept off at some point. I think my friend, she came in at some point also to say hello, but that she was gonna just stay down at the bar to, have some drinks and just chat with the people at the bar. I decided to sleep. I was finally able to sleep. It took a while before I could sleep. I finally was able to sleep, and only for me to wake up by 2:30, somebody taps me. And I would imagine to see my friend. But I saw my friend and a man I don't know. She had been talking about the manager, but I hadn't really seen him. I hadn't really seen him because I had just been in mess. I just wanted to avoid everybody and just be in the room. I hadn't really seen him. But when I saw her and another strange man, everything I was thinking was finally happening in my head. I thought, oh my gosh, it's time for them to get me. Oh my gosh, it's time for them to, harvest my organs. So I was so scared. I jumped up and screamed, what do you want? I just jumped up to the wall. I just jumped up and I was very, oh my gosh. And he explained that, because they said I wasn't so well, they only came to give me like painkillers and to see how I was feeling. After they explained why they were in the room, and they didn't even knock, so I wasn't like expecting them. Don't blame me. Oh my gosh, they explained everything, and I was better then. I was comfortable. He also apologized for like being so. What was that word? I don't even know right now. But I was able to, sleep better. The next morning, I woke up, I went down for breakfast finally, and I was so hungry. I was so hungry that I didn't have a choice. I had to just go down for breakfast. So I went down for breakfast. I had breakfast. After everything the day before, we already booked like another bus ride, but the only problem was we didn't have any bus station close to us. But the manager already like spoke to some people. People are generally nice. I'll continue to say that throughout this video. I already spoke to someone, I think is someone that works with the motel, maybe that supplies them something. I can't remember now. I think he supplies them eggs. So like the next day he came to supply them eggs and he drove us to the bus station. We thanked the manager, we thanked everyone there because they were so helpful, they were so nice. Mind you, we stayed in a motel without paying and we ate all we could eat for no money at all. And they didn't know us from anywhere. We were complete strangers to them. We thanked them and we got on the other ride to the bus station. We thanked the guy that also drove us to the bus station. I know he had other things he could do, but driving complete strangers to the bus station, he did that. Thank you to everyone that helped at this time. I don't even know what to call it, this episode, this incident. I was scared out of my mind. I was, oh my gosh, I don't want to remember it again. But all the people that helped us along the way, they made it bearable. So we got to the bus station, and because we still had a long ride, the bus would make stops again. But this time, hey, PTSD, I didn't get down from the bus for anything. I stuck on my seat. Even when I felt like I needed to use the restroom, because I was so scared that they were going to leave us again and all of that was going through my mind. I just didn't bother coming down until we got to our final destination. We got to Lisbon and I got my bags. My friend got her bags. And we went to our accommodation, went to our final destination. I hope you enjoyed the story time. So far, I hope you enjoyed it. I think some of the lessons that I learned with this experience was, open up, open your mouth, ask people for help. People are generally nice. Also, like in situations, try to be calm. I know at that time you might not be able to keep it calm, but try to be calm, and also always allow your friends, your family, they know your whereabouts, even though you want to explore, even though you want to solo travel, allow them to know your whereabouts and be careful about your safety. That's it for this video. If you enjoyed it so far, let me know in the comment section what you think. If you have any video requests also, post it in the comment section. If you have any questions, I have generally been answering every question that I see in the comment section. Share your questions as well, and hope to see you in my next one. Bye bye.